What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Strictly Scout Show. I'm your host, Jordan, aka Jordy, aka JP, aka pissed off at the state of the Reds, man. So, just to give you a little recap, I was on a work trip last week. I was in North Carolina. I was in training all day. So, a 3 p.m. Champions League kickoff against Madrid, of all teams, happened while I was in training. So, slipped my phone into Do Not Disturb. I knew that Paramount Plus gives the full game replays, so I was like, all right, after everything finishes up, I'll go and check out the match. Had my phone on DND until 7, 8 p.m. I didn't want any spoilers. I didn't want any alerts. I just wanted to go into it fresh. So, watched the match, and I'm sure like you other LFC supporters was really pleased with the play that I saw, was really pleased with just the cohesiveness, the fluidity of the team. I thought it was our best performance of the whole year in any competition. So really good stuff, especially Connor Bradley. I mean, he locked up Vinicius Jr. and I love Vinny Jr. So that was kind of bittersweet, I guess, but obviously always rooting for the Reds. But yeah, fantastic match. McAllister gets a header, puts us up 1-0, and then the boys close it out with a clean sheet. So at that point, it was 2 clean sheets in a row. It was Aston Villa 2-0, and then it was Madrid 1-0. So I was starting to get some hope. I was starting to get some optimism. I was starting to feel good about things. I was seeing maybe we're connecting a little bit better and holding a little bit of a better defensive structure. So yeah, obviously heading into a match like City, massive match. It's been a heated rivalry now for the past 10 years or so since Pep's been there and since we had Jurgen. But yeah, it looked like last season we got the better of them. City was kind of in a transition period. And then heading into this year, a lot of pundits, a lot of commentators really didn't know where to place them. I heard people rank them in the top 4. I've heard people rank them second. A couple people predicted them to win the league. Other people, had them outside the top 4. So it's kind of a wide range of predictions and expectations for City, but I think a game like this really just shows you can never truly count out Pep Guardiola. I mean, what a genius and what a absolute mastermind when it comes to the game of football. They've been kind of up and down this year, good results, and then they'll lose or they'll draw a match they should have won. So yeah, again, really didn't know. I mean, I think heading into it, you give them the advantage because at the Etihad, it's in their home stadium, and it's like, atmosphere is going to be behind them. They're going to be, geared up to play this match. So we'll see what the Reds have to offer. And unfortunately, it was from pretty much start to finish a shit show. City dominated the possession to start the game. Definitely seemed like the more comfortable team on the ball. Created some chances early, and then that eventually led to Haaland's first goal. And again, good goal by Haaland. It was a nice cross into the box, but my main thing when I was watching it, and still right now, is what is Konate doing? He's literally marking Haaland. He knows the ball is coming into the box, and he gives a little half-ass, not even a full attempt to go up and win the ball. And I think it actually deflected off of his shoulder, luckily off of the head to Haaland, but in the net, because that's pretty much all Haaland does is score. So can't really be surprised by that. Good goal. Definitely deserved it up to that point in the match. After that, I thought that we picked it up a little bit, started getting some possession, started getting some chances. Was happy with their play. And then in stoppage time of the first half, deflection, shot pretty much close to the outside of the box, maybe even a little outside the box. Guy rips it, hits off of Virgil, goes straight into the goal. Marmadashvili had zero chance to be able to stop that. So again, deflection, maybe a lucky goal, but that's what happens when you're aggressive, and that's what happens when you are looking to shoot, looking to create, looking to have chances within the box. All good things are going to happen, whether it's a deflection, whether it's a rebound, whether it's a header. Put balls on target, usually good stuff is going to happen. So 2-0 going into halftime. Definitely was not feeling great. I actually took my dog for a walk. Right before the second half ended, I'd left real quick to try to make it back in time for the start of the second half. Well, I didn't make it back in time, and then, yeah, as I was walking my dog, I was watching it on my phone, and Jeremy Doku, man, he had a fantastic match. I believe I saw he won man of the match, which was well-deserved. And yeah, he was just a terror for Bradley and for the rest of our defense pretty much all game. He was being super aggressive. He was pushing the pace. He was getting the ball into the box. He was shooting when he could, but he was pressure. It was creating chances. It was creating stress on the defense. So yeah, the third goal was his. He made a nice little move to his right and then curled one in. Beautiful goal, honestly. Really can't be mad at that. I mean, you're gonna have to have somebody like Allison in net to even really get close to something like that. So cheers to him on a good goal. And yeah, ended up being 3-0 City. Obviously super disappointing in a rivalry match to kind of go out there and lay a stinker. So yeah, now we're kind of back to the drawing boards. I mean, up to this point, the form has not been great, been super inconsistent. And yeah, I just don't, some of the selections I was actually happy with bringing Robertson back in. I think that brings stability to the lineup in a tough time. You stick with the midfield three of McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch. Happy with that. But my big thing in this match was our new boy, Florian Wirtz. I mean, I don't know how many of you heard Gary Neville's comments, but I agree with him. I love Gary Neville, regardless of his political views or who he played for. I just think he's a great voice when it comes to pretty much all things football. And yeah, I mean, he said what myself and other channels have been saying up to this point. He really just looks out of his depth. I mean, it's a new league. He's 22 years old. Physically, he's not, a strong, sturdy type. He did have a couple moments where he was dribbling pretty nicely and got away from some defenders and drew some fouls. So that was promising. But in terms of a left winger, I just don't really know where his best position is at this point. I don't know if left winger is the ideal spot. I mean, Cody Gakpo usually produces, so I was a little surprised that he didn't go with Cody yesterday. But yeah, I just think that Wirtz is just, he's not there right now. He's not clicking. He doesn't feel comfortable. He's not settled into the Premier League. I think moving different positions might be messing with him a little bit too. I don't know if him and Slot are talking about that, or they're trying to come up with some tactical ways to kind of get him off of his dry spell. But at this point, yeah, I just don't know. And then Mo Salah, he was pretty much non-existent yesterday. A couple selfish plays where he could have given the ball up. He's still not the Mo we're accustomed to. He's not cutting in and hitting it with his left foot and usually getting it on target. It's a lot of times just going off target or getting deflected or weak with his opposite foot. So I just really wish he would attack more. I get trying to get your teammates involved and trying to create and trying to assist, but you're a goal scorer, Mo. I mean, you're literally at this point in the top 5 ever of Premier League goals. So that's not by coincidence. That's not by accident. Like, you're a phenomenal goal scorer. We have all the confidence in the world in you. You showed it last season. In my opinion, you should have won the Ballon d'Or. I mean, I give it to Dembele because they won Champions League and the French League, but excuse me, without Mo Salah last year, don't win the Premier League. Statistically, it was one of his best years ever. So, yeah, I expected more from Mo coming into the season. I think the shuffling of the front line in the midfield and sometimes not having that connection with Bradley or Frimpong has been a cause of things too. But yeah, we'll see. And then lastly, you know, a lot of people are talking about this too. I know that Isak just is coming back into fitness, but he's named as a sub and he's on the bench when we're 2-0 down, and he goes with other people. And it's like, we need the goals. Ekitike was playing decent. We weren't really feeding Ekitike yesterday, what was frustrating me. So, I mean, I kind of get subbing him off, but yeah, you have Isak sitting on the bench. You need goals. It's like you don't even look to him. You don't look to Chiesa. So I really don't know. I don't fully agree with all those selections and all those choices, but it is what it is. So basically, this was just to come on here and give kind of like a state of the Reds right now. Obviously, 2 wins leading up to this, and then a disappointing loss to a rival. You know, thankfully, I guess we get another international break, so it's 2 more weeks until we play again in the Premier League. So we'll see. It's kind of a bummer though. I wish that we were together for this and that we were able to kind of like work out the kinks in the training grounds and figure some stuff out, watch some film, but it is what it is. These international breaks really suck. Obviously looking forward to the World Cup, especially with it being here in the States, but yeah, not great right now. Slot, same old bullshit in his press conferences. Yeah, and I just think tactically, you know, I heard a stat today, since February or March maybe, when we lost to PSG in the Champions League, we've literally lost 40% of all of our matches. 40% losses, not including draws, 40% losses. So something is broken here. Something needs fixed. I don't know if it's Allison coming back after the international break. I don't know if it's keeping the midfield intact, going with Bradley and Robertson at fullbacks. But yeah, one thing I did forget to mention, obviously I'd said Kanade was to blame for the first goal. Well, not to blame, but a reason why Holling scored it. But yeah, he was absolute shite the rest of the game too. So he looked, I mean, some games he looks dialed in and ready to go. Yesterday he looked so checked out and like he's ready to leave Liverpool on a free in January or next summer. So I really just don't know where his head's at. But I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world to put Joe Gomez in there and see kind of what that pairing with him and Virgil does. So yeah, I don't know. I think we got a lot of questions to ask. I think the manager has a tough job. I mean, we're 8th in the table right now. It's pretty ridiculous. It's still early in the season, but Arsenal looks like they're in great form. City obviously is in great form. Chelsea's up there. Tottenham's up there. Some big boys are still up there. So, I mean, even United, hell. But, yeah, we'll see. I think this break will hopefully be beneficial for us. We'll see. But until the next time, up the Reds. Enjoy the international break, and we'll see you next time.